dragonflies around. Hey, dragonfly. Hello. What is that crazy bitch doing now? Well, it's Kelly wearing her grade 12 formal dress. Red, sitting in a creek. Gonna teach you about healing your root chakra for channeling. Isn't it obvious? What's my very good reason for this? When I close my eyes and I imagine my higher self, or I feel into my higher self, she's pretty extra. She's pretty glittery, she's pretty gold, she's pretty shiny. And so it's my intention to show up as my best, most authentic self, to make space for you to show up as your best, most authentic self. It's funny how much of channeling is about getting out of the way. It's about not being Kelly. It's about not being Donna or Laurie or Alex. It's about not being Tina or Tom or Chen. It's about being the vessel. It's about letting the light through. And it may sound initially like we don't matter so much, but it's the opposite. It's that the universe loves you unconditionally. The universe chooses you to be a beacon for the light because you chose yourself. You loved yourself enough to offer yourself up to the light, to love, to the collective, to make yourself useful. And the light says thank you, and it chooses you back. Put that on a postcard. When you choose the light chooses you back. And I find that it's easier to get out of your own way and to be no thing, to just be a vessel when you know who you are. You know, we spend so much of our lives constructing and crafting and refining a person to be a particular person, to be educated enough or healthy enough or funny enough or whatever enough, right? And we cling to that person and we don't want to lose their identity. But when we just are ourselves, when we just go, well, who am I deep down? Who is my higher self? How do I want to talk? How do I want to dress? How do I want to create? How do I want to be? Not what do I want to do, or what do I want to make? How do I want to be? How do I want to be a verb in the world? How am I me? And when we know who we are, and we get to be who we are, which for me apparently is like getting super overdressed for bushwalking, it's easier to get out of the way. Because I'm not so worried about losing who I am. I didn't spend years building this iteration of me. I just let go and stopped pretending to be anything else. And so, even though I'm going to be teaching you about getting out of the way, I think it's a lot easier to do that when you give yourself permission to just be you. It's a lot easier to be nobody when you're you, truly. Take a moment to feel into that. Let's take some deep breaths together. When am I happiest? When do I feel most like me? With zero effort. Because it took no effort for me to show up today, and I just feel like me. I'll ask for a vision from your higher self, and full circle. I'm going to teach you how to do all this more effectively. But for now, just pretend that you can, even if you feel like you can't. Pretend that you can. What does your soul want to wear? What does the higher mind, the version of yourself that didn't have your upbringing, who was unconditionally loved and loving, who designed your life, who knows that it's all going to work out in the end, how does that version of you want to show up? Mine looks like Shirley Bassey. She's like descending a staircase in like a gold slip and like gloves and a microphone or something, which isn't how I imagine myself and my ego set, but when I let go, that's what she's doing. And here I am in the fanciest thing I own. For some reason, still have this from high school, I guess, for this exact video. Barefoot, in the bush, no makeup. First day of my period. Here to learn root chakra healing with you. Thanks for being here.